Hello, my name is Miss Noor and welcome to another episode. Leo, I'm not going to attack a specific group of people. Okay, I will. Of course I have to. But today it's not specifically about the men. I'm just cuz I had made a video the other day on TikTok and I'm like, having kids without a plan is really not parenthood. It's more of punishment, especially if hujajipanga kihela. Financially, you're not okay. And kulikuwa na some discourse there like, oh no, wajua kila mtoto anakuja na sahani yake, wajua this and that. And I'm like, yeah, no, having kids is unethical. I wish I wasn't here. I because watu na wewe kama wewe hungezaliwa, I'm like none of my business. Kama singekuwa hapa, it wouldn't have been any of my business. But honestly, okay, let me explain this because this is a very sensitive topic to parents huko nje. And you know, tunasema nini, present parents are doing a great job and kudos to you because I could never do it. One thing I know for a fact and for sure, kuna vitu mingi sijui kwa hii dunia, but one thing hata ukiniamsha sijui saa ngapi ama a gun to my head, yeah, I can never be a parent. I can never be anybody's mom or daddy. you know but seriously, when you look at it, jokes aside, having kids is really unethical because that soul never asked to be here in the first place. And you're like, Terimona, the way this world is, we're honestly just like a bunch of shitheads living and coexisting in the same time here. And then you want to bring a kid here. Really? Come on, come on, come on. Alafu hata I saw somebody else say, if I didn't say it, I'll always say him to me. Amesema, this girl alisema ati, why should I bring a kid to a world where it's horrible to its mother? You know, and that begs the question again, the society is very it's not really nice to women. Unaona, wanawake wanaonewa here, there, you're expected to do this, and then motherhood. Hata juzi I was speaking to my friends, and they were like, no, unajua parenthood is like 50-50. I'm like, nigga, you came. I had a near-death experience as a woman. I'm not specifically talking about it, but I was just saying, bro, you literally came. I don't know, was it 55 minutes? It can't be 50 minutes. 5 minutes, I don't know, 7. They say the average is 7 or something. Anyway, I digress. But the point is, you came. I had a near death, life changing, altering, experience, and I'll probably never be the same. Probably I'll develop some autoimmune disease. Probably my mental state is going to change forever. Probably my body is never going to be the same again. Probably, I'll die. That is a possibility we overlook. Ikikuja kwa pregnancy and stuff, women die because of pregnancy. And then men just come. I have never heard of a man that died because of coming. Maybe you do it too many times consecutively, and then you asked for it. But mnaelewa kile nasema in hindsight, you don't die as a man, but women do die because of carrying pregnancies. Oh, mpaka naona wengine wakisema ati I would rather be hit by I don't know what, my foot ile ndogo igongwe nini instead of experience morning sickness. It's that bad. I've never experienced it. I will never experience it. I'm like, kudos to women who are putting their lives on the line out there to make sure the population does not go extinct, because yeah, I am definitely contributing to the declining birth rate. I don't want to partake in that. And honestly, ukiangalia, really no man is worth it. Wewe kumzalia, honestly speaking. These men are shit. These men fucking hate women. These men don't like you. And then you want to put yourself on the line for this, because honestly a man is going to do you dirty one way or the other. But anyway, this is not about men today, it's about parenthood. So like I was saying that kama hujajipanga financially, then I don't think you should have kids. Bringing kids into this world while you know you can't financially afford them is not parenthood, it's punishment. And I think most of us adults fail to recognize that we have a free will. And I mean, you can have kids with that if you want, but we also fail to recognize just because I can, I don't have to. Just because I have a womb doesn't mean I have to put it in use, because I don't have resources to, you know, take care of what I'm going to produce next. Just because you have, I don't know, like unaweza zalisha doesn't mean you have to. No, really, like let's talk about it. Just because you can doesn't mean you have to. And I think most adults, when you really need to clock on that, sio lazima you get out there and like have kids because Evo, like you are kind of like systemized. I'm a program that that's how it's supposed to be. Like, oh, in Africa, a certain age, then you should have kids. In Africa, a certain time of your life, then you should get married. Just because I can, I don't have to. And these men are shit. Again, I will always say, I am. Let me once make this straight. I am all about feminism. Yeah, but I am a hardcore radical feminist, and I am a misandrist more than anything. So yeah, in the mid, I might be talking about Coca-Cola, and I'll be like, yeah, Coca-Cola, it's fizzy, man. Fuck, man. You better get used to it. You better get used to it. But one thing you'll never hear is that, I don't know, I killed or sexually assaulted a man or what or what. Because I'm not like man. I just hate and talk bad about me. But seriously, madam, like, achini kuzalia wa watu. Stop achini kuwazalia, they're really not that worth it. Alafu pia other like factors that we really need to consider is just not financial. Though financial is like a really big factor nowadays because capitalism and everything. But you need to also consider, like, is your nervous system regulated? Am I able to, you know, regulate my emotions? Am I healed? The past traumas zangu, za mamangu, za nyanyangu, because you do carry ancestral trauma, especially for the female babies. They do carry it in their womb. It's, come on, like read a book or something. Have you healed that? Have you healed your inner child? Have you healed your inner teenager? Because now that your inner child is like crying and like, oh, I was never loved as a kid. And then when you heal your inner teenager, your inner child, your inner teenager like comes out and they are very angry and like, yeah, like, are you in a space where you feel like you can be not only responsible of your life but another life for, unajua mnapenda kusema 18 years, but honestly for the rest of your life, that's your baby. What if it happens the baby is born with an autoimmune disease or something? Tunasikia wengine wamezaliwa na like nini itwa nini, a hole in the heart, ama amezaliwa akiwa, I don't know, like something. Are you, because these are factors that you really need to consider before having kids. Sorry, before having kids. Oh, unafikiria tu utaenda hapo uzae and everything is going to be normal. You might have a kid that requires special attention. Are you in a place where you can take that? You can be like, okay, fine. What's a special attention? Like just normal kids. You know how kids are. They like crying 24/7. And then wakiwa toddlers, infants, they're always crying. We have is it called the colic? Yeah, there's something like that where the baby just be like crying crazily for like months, like 3 months on end. I think it's called colic pain, kitu kama hiyo. And please correct me if I'm wrong, but it's so stressful. And then you, as a mother, you might have post postpartum postmortem sorry, postmortem depression. You might hate your baby and you don't know why, but it's your brain. You know, your childbirth in itself is so traumatic that your brain literally, inafanya usahau childbirth. That's why you go on and unasahau. You're like, oh, wanasema ati when you hold your baby, then you forget everything. Yeah, because it's that traumatic that your brain like inakusahaulisha. It's like, yeah, now we can't be remembering this. Unasahau, unabeba mtoto. Oh my God, 3 years down the line, boom, another one. You go through it again. Your teeth might start falling off. My mom got asthma out of nowhere when she was carrying her second child. I'm like, damn girl, I thought I was enough, but ungebakia tu na mimi couldn't have gotten asthma. Mtoto wake wa pili akampa asthma. I didn't give them anything, so but no, seriously, like kids are a lot of work, and tuko wengi as it is. Okay, fine. Like games aside, like, are you ready for all of that? Are you ready? And if you've sat with yourself and you're like, yeah, I'm ready. And are you ready to also bear the fact that my partner, this other half of my child, like maybe the dad or the mom, might leave at any time, whether they've gotten someone else, whether they've betrayed you in one way or the other, or they might actually die. Or you yourself might actually die. Or your kid might actually die. Like, where? I don't know. All this thing, it's like, it's so much to even think about that. Unangalia, people just having babies, you're like, where? Have you thought about all these things? I don't know. I couldn't deal with that. But for me, I'm just like, I know I just don't want responsibility for any other human being. And I'm okay with dying alone with cats. And I'm not putting myself through the torture of childbirth just because, I can. Just because, like, I don't want to and I will never. Unaona? Like, it's so much like childbirth, or having kids in a whole, in general, is just, hey, maybe take a few steps back and think, is this what I really want to do? And I know, like, human beings, we love babies. Oh, they're cute and the baby smell. And most of us are just obsessed with, like, babies or infants. But once they grow up, and mostly when they start, like, developing personalities, then we don't like them. And that's when you realize that a lot of parents don't really like their kids. And there's this saying that every kid deserves a parent, but not every parent deserves to be one or deserves a kid. Cause unapata watu wamezaa, hata unatembea tu tao, unaona this mamas wamekaa hapo chini making their kids borrow watu pesa or food. And I'm thinking like, damn, the first 5 years, or like, is it 7, something between that, are the most important years of a kid. That's when you mold them to the kind of person they're going to be. So that you're molding this kid to be like, this is the way of life. Like, it's already installed in them. I'm like, you shouldn't be having maybe you should have not been having kids. You come and me correctly. English is not my first language. I'm like, but you understand what I'm saying, yeah? Like, maybe unge tutulie kidogo tu. And also, somebody asked me in my comment section, like, what if you just get pregnant by mistake? At this age in time, I believe, unless under very, like, special circumstances, I believe that it just doesn't happen by mistake. We have precautions. Kuna a lot of methods that could prevent pregnancy. And even when you do that and it happens, yeah, pro-life. I mean, back to sender. It's the woman's choice. Back to sender. Yes, tupatane pale marriage stops. There's no problem in that. Because people will tell you, oh, usitoe, usitoe, usitoe. And then they'll just live with that kid. Maybe you yourself, you're not even regulated or like prepared enough to have the kid, and then ukuwa unamtreat vibaya, or you just don't show the kid enough love, and then the kid grows up having issues in one way or the other, and then like it's just this whole toxic cycle. I'm like, yeah, like pale alikuwa, it was just cells, we'll have just scraped it out. Unaona, and then the alafu unapata ball, your your partner anakuacha. And that's why we have really normalized baby daddy, baby mama culture. And watu wengi, they use the term baby mama is to almost like insult the woman. And anytime a man goes like baby mama, I'm like, yeah, more like a deadbeat dad's victim. Because oh my god, let's throw stones to the parent who chose to remain and take care of the kids and actually be a responsible adult and parent. Deadbeat dads deserve to go to jail. Alafu mko huku kwa internet mnaambia single mothers ati yeah, what if I'm a single mother because my husband died or my baby daddy died? What if I'm a single mother because I chose to be a single mother? Like I don't want a husband or a man in my life, but I want to be a parent. What if? Oh my God. But most of the time, kuna single mothers because men wanakuwa deadbeat dads. That is a topic for another day. I'm just here to say that having kids, maybe to see zae sana. I don't know. I don't know if it's okay for me to say that, but like yo, like let's focus on ourselves, and then maybe unaweza zaa. Just don't usikimbilie kuzaa just because you're an adult. Sindio, yeah, let's know. It's sometimes it's really no matter tunakuwa na very toxic societies, and the societal norms zimekuwa very toxic because we are just like tumeambiwa this is what you're supposed to do, and you're following the rhythm as everybody else. Come on. I was like, oh, somebody else said that you never know what happens. That what if you're financially stable, alafu something happens, in the, as the years go by. I'm like, yeah, and that's why you should prevent it from the beginning. Don't have those kids. And like wacheni tu niwaambie, like parents out there, like kudos to you. I mean, like nimesema mimi I could never do it, and kudos to you, but I'm just saying those who haven't done, but those, and even those who are doing it, like maybe let's work on ourselves first before thinking that, because I think a lot of people, especially men, want kids how kids want puppies or pets. Like, oh, I know this is my pet, but watu wazima ndo wanaishughulikia, you're the one who's going to change the potty, you're the one who's going to like feed them, but the kid gets to play with them every time, the snuggles and the cuddle time, the kid gets to have that. That's how a lot of men want kids. Alafu story ya ati, oh, my legacy. You don't have any legacy, you stupid rat. Hakuna legacy uko nayo hapo. Ni nini you need to be a man of a certain caliber for you to even utter the words, oh, but I need to continue my legacy. Legacy of what? Trauma, beating women, being drunk, using, being an addict, and hamna legacy. Let me tell you, not even 75% of you, like I'd say even 90% of you, hakuna legacy mko nayo. So work on that first. Okay, okay, let's start here for the gents. Work on having a legacy actually, and then maybe we can start impregnating women. Sawa, we start from there. Sindio, alafu, vasectomies are irreversible. You just go get one. No, hakuna side effects nyingi. Like you just go get one, and then you can reverse it back. Mnajua hivyo. So yeah, please consider vasectomies. It's going to be good for you and for everybody else, and we're all going to be happy. Unaona? It's not like kila sati, oh, baby ma, because mnapenda to complain like you are not the one who just came in there some years back. Do you understand what I'm saying, gentlemen? yeah, go get the vasectomies, and I think things are going to be much better. But seriously, like historia, mnazaa tu kweli, nyini masungura cheni kuzaazaa ati kila mtoto atakuja na sahani yake. Who told you that? Who told you that? Oh, who said that? Even mwenye alimba hiyo nyimbo bien, umeona hata mpaka saizi ana mtoto, so nyi mnaambia kila mtoto atakuja na sahani yake na sauti soul bien, na ye bado ako tu sawa, because it's fine. And if you need a kid to fulfill you, then maybe you need to go to therapy or a boot camp or something. If you need a kid to make you feel like you're an adult, maybe you need to do some inner work, inner healing. Unaona, you really don't have to. And ndo unaona some adult kids wanna grow up hating their parents and cutting off ati, oh, who's going to take care of you when you grow up? So ushape mtoto kazi, who tells you that they will even want to do anything to do with you in the first place, or they will want to take care of you? Ama ile pesa yenye wako nayo, they are going to help you, probably watakuweka kwa hizi nyumba za wazee, and then they just like leave you there for dead. Do you understand? Like, leave the kids out of you have your family, you have your community, you have your friends, you'll die around them. And honestly, when you die, I've been saying this, when you die, you die. When you cross over, you cross over. Unaweza amka hapo kufe tu. Unaweza kuwa unavuka barabara ugongwe na gari. Unaweza tu lala ujipate uamke kama umekufa. So, historia, you'll die everybody will die alone. Oh, and what about the people around you? That's none of my business when I pass over, when I cross over. Death is none of my business when I am already done with it. So wachini kuwekea watoto wenye hata hawako hapa tayari kazi ati, oh, nani atakuangalia when you can find other, like, be creative, find hobbies. Stop this thing ya kuwekea watoto wadogo kazi nyingi. No, mnawekea a lot of emotional baggage and your kids end up hating you. So please listen to my advice. And I'm just not always, I don't want to be known as the girl who just rumbles, ama is just negative, or nakata everything. It's just like a lot of things imekuwa normalized in the societies. They're not okay. When you become a critical thinker, then a lot of things really don't sit right with you. And every time you speak, it's going to be like, oh, you're disagreeing with everything. Like you're such a negative Nancy. I'm not a negative Nancy. I'm just being a critic. I've always been a critical thinker, and having kids and marriage, two of the things that is pushed on to us a lot. They're really, when you look at it, it's you start getting suspicious. But anyway, ladies, let's contribute even more and more to the declining birth rates. You know, the 4B movements, like our sisters in the South Korea, you know, even in the US, tunaona birth rates zimepungua, even here in Kenya, like, kudos to us. Yes, gentlemen, please tufanyeni vasectomies, ziko irreversible, na tuache kuwa horrible men. Yeah, please tuacheni kuwa horrible men. Alafu wenye ni deadbeat dads, fuck y'all. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe hapa kwa Gates Live. Follow us on TikTok at Gates Live PM. Share, comment, tell me what your thoughts are. Listen to Kari. I'm just a girl. Comment, tell me what you think, and follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Aisha_Aisha. That is AYSHAR_AYSHAR. And please don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Bye.